Hello there guys, how are we doing? Namaste and welcome to O Reacts. This is me honestly with another video, another reaction, and we are still looking into the conflict in Middle East. There's a news coming out from Spain and this news from the first post. So without further ado, let's check this out. West divided on Israel.
So Biden may be on Israel's side, but not everyone in the West is convinced. In fact, his own staff is not convinced. This is Josh Paul. He works for the US State Department, or shall I say used to work for the US State Department. Paul worked the same job for 11 years.
Okay.
Overseeing global arms transfers for the US. But yesterday he had enough. He resigned from his job. You know why? Because he did not agree with Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war.
Good job. Good job. I mean, you got a spine, man.
And he's not the only one. In Spain, a minister has spoken up. She wants Madrid to suspend relations with Israel.
So I thought that it was Spain suspending the relation amidst the situation surrounding Israel. I know for a fact that South Africa are doing similar kind of stuff because Nelson Mandela was clear about the stance in the Israel-Palestinian conflict, and I think South Africa will be supporting Palestinian life, although they will condemn what Hamas did. So let's see.
Our next report tells you why the West is increasingly divided on Israel.
On October 18th, US President Joe Biden landed in Israel. He hugged the Israeli Prime Minister. He promised support to Israel. Basically, Biden's visit was all about solidarity. When the attack happened, Biden said America has Israel's back, and he walked the talk in Tel Aviv.
I wanted to be here today.
So we know how Biden feels about Israel.
This guy Netanyahu, I always was skeptic about him winning the election and then being so quiet for a while. I was surprised because he has a history, so not a huge fan, and now he got the opportunity after what Hamas did. Look at him, it's crazy.
But does his staff feel the same? Not really. A US State Department official's resignation letter echoes that emotion. It's a really long letter. But if there's one thing you should read from it, it's this, and I quote, "We cannot be both against occupation and for it. We cannot be both for freedom and against it. And we cannot be for a better world while contributing to one that's materially worse." Strong words right there. And many in Biden's administration echo this emotion. Biden has the most diverse White House staff in history, and most have reservations about how this conflict is being handled.
Okay. Most diverse staff in the White House just for the PR, and that is what I think. Just for the PR. Kamala, I don't even know if she's even done anything. And Biden, I feel like he's some kind of android. I don't know. What do you think about that, guys? Write down in the comment below.
They may not be saying it aloud, but they feel stifled when it comes to discussing what's happening in Gaza. Several staffers across multiple agencies have raised concern. Some want to question Israel's conduct, but fear the backlash. The Biden administration isn't the only one that's divided. The Spanish government too is torn. Its social rights minister wants Madrid to suspend ties with Israel.
Today I have asked our partner, the Socialist Party, that we take ourselves more seriously in the fight against this planned genocide, which is being carried out by Israel against the Palestinian
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with her.
people. To do this, I believe that we should urgently suspend diplomatic relations with the State of Israel. In addition, we should promote a debate at the European level in order to apply exemplary economic sanctions against those politically responsible for this genocide.
Okay.
Now, this Spanish minister's comments are very significant. You see, the West is trying to show a united front. At least the Quint is trying to show it. That's the US, Germany.
Quint? What's quint? I've never heard of it before.
France, Italy, and the UK. They're called the Quint. Biden, Sunak,
Are
and
they?
Scholz have already visited Israel. Macron plans to do it in the coming days. So they may be united, but when it comes to the rest of the West, they are divided on this. Last year, the war in Ukraine exposed fault lines in the world, the divide between the East and the West. This time, however, the West itself seems divided.
Is this some kind of signal that World War III isn't coming? Is bound to happen? That will happen? Because after Ukraine and Russia, it's been 3 years now, and this Israel-Hamas war, where the East and the West has clearly divided, and we can clearly see their stance now. It looks scary.
And those stuck in the middle are hoping for humanity to prevail and the war to end.
As it was said in the end, people are getting distracted from what is happening to who is right. Are you right? Am I right? It doesn't matter. The people who is suffering needs help at this moment. That should be the concern. How to help the innocent who has become the victim of this Israel-Hamas war. On a sad note, I'm gonna have to say, you still try to find a way to keep yourself happy and always stay humble. Namaste.